What does your health have to do with your finances? And what does your finances have to do with the Transamerica Pyramid Scheme? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video and specifically part four. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hey, this is Lance McGowan with Essential Oils Me, and I have my friend here, Tanner Fergard, and he's in the financial services industry. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
So we get a question here from someone, and this is a common one here, and they say a pyramid scheme doesn't disclose the average costs associated with starting the business opportunity, and this can mean thousands of dollars of unforeseen costs for distributors. And so that kind of makes it a pyramid scheme or really bad in their eyes. And I would say initial investment and monthly cost depends on your needs and your goals.
Absolutely.
So if you're coming in learning about things as a customer because you want to save for retirement or you want to help improve your health or whatever it is, that's fine. And I think it also comes down to if you are interested in the business side of things, then it's working with somebody you know, like, and trust, and is going to give you full disclosure. And hopefully they're going to give you that information on the front end so you don't have to ask questions or as much, but it's up to the individual to ask those questions, right? And so there's a little bit of give and take. Like if you don't ask, they're not going to tell, but then again, they should tell so you don't have to ask.
Absolutely.
So, but if they have an education focus, then whatever business it's in, also they should just give that information because they know that that's part of their frequently asked questions of here's how much a license may cost, or here's how much your fees are, or here's how much taxes are, stuff like that. I was just working. I just came back and I was giving price quotes for all types of natural products and things like that. And so for me, it's important to understand what their needs are and then provide recommendations based on what those are and then give them a price quote. So for me, it's retail or wholesale. And then I also have to factor in their membership fee if they want that, or if they're just getting retail, as well as taxes and shipping. And then I give them a total. And if there's a transaction fee, because I'm using like Square or something like that, there's all that. So for me, that's more on the client or customer side, but at the same time, it goes for anything that I'm doing. If somebody's interested in earning part-time or full-time income, I disclose all those costs because it's so important that it's just full disclosure. But I think that's more based on the individual.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things that I've seen a lot of too is when, because several of my clients actually are business owners.
Okay.
On top of whatever it is that they might be looking into getting into. And when I talk to them, I say, okay, well, what were the costs involved and who did you talk to? And it's usually they had to talk to the state, and depending on what industry it was, they might even had to go federal level. There's background checks. I mean, I know a lot of different massage therapists that not only is there exam that you have to pass, but there's licensing fees involved. They're on a state, local, and potentially if you're wanting to open up a franchise or even going to having your own locations in multiple places, you might be even looking at a federal level, depending on obviously the industry you're going into, what service you're offering, and all of those things can vary as well.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what I would say about that.
I think from an empowerment standpoint, it would be asking for a price quote.
Yeah.
It would say, could you give me a price quote on what all the costs are going to be with regards to what I'm going to do going forward? If you don't ask, then hopefully they're going to tell, but the reason why you ask is so they tell. But I think from my position, I give a price quote because I know that's something that I would ask. And so I just give that preemptively and say, would you like a price quote? Okay, well, here's how much it's going to cost to get started or to get product. And also I need to know, are you looking to become a customer or are you looking to do this as a business? And so I have to understand what their needs are. I need to understand what's going on before I can even give a price quote. Yeah. But my point I'm trying to make is I preemptively give a price quote after I know what they're looking for, because I don't want them to have to ask that question. And so it's just a service or value that I offer. Now they can ask me that too. Great, you beat me to the punch. Awesome. But that's kind of what I keep in mind there.
Absolutely. What I would say is every respectable business, they have a licensing expert, right? I mean, whether you're calling the state to figure out what licenses you need, or if there's somebody in the office or branch that you can speak to that can break everything down as well,
Yeah.
I would talk to them, set up a time. If that's something that you're looking into getting involved in, you want to know what all your costs and fee might be involved.
Yeah.
Because you want to see, is my cost going to outweigh what I could be making?
That's right.
You know, and offset it. So.
Yep. And to kind of help me think about everything, I always say there's three things you need to look at. Number one, it's the individual that you're working with and what level of service or education they're providing. It's the product or service they are offering, and it's the company. And so, and then on top of that, we need to look at, do we have all the information? Do we have accurate information? And are we interpreting that information correctly? Because if we're not, then we could come to a false conclusion. But if we have all those things and they're done correctly, then we can come to accurate conclusions. And so I always look at that as kind of the filter at which to see or listen to people. And that helps me tremendously, because now I know that, you know, if there's a bad apple, it doesn't necessarily ruin the whole bunch, especially when it comes to financial services. But I do need to look at what products or services are being offered, and I do need to look at the company as well. And so that's what has helped me a lot so far. And I really say that to just help you all and myself and affirm that it's about building discernment and almost this wisdom that comes with time. And it's almost like a filter to run things through. But it's a reasonable filter, right? It's not something that's outlandish. So.
Absolutely.
Coolness. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the subscribe button so you can catch more video updates, or click one of the links in the description box below so you can continue to get your learn on.
Absolutely. And if there's something that maybe we forgot to mention or we didn't bring up, please comment in the box below.